Today I want to tell you a story about despair, and how sometimes despair isn't an emotion but an image waiting for meaning. And yes, the story does begin with a pear. Actually, it begins with no pear at all. On this first image, the table is empty, completely empty, just a structure built from leading lines. Lines designed to guide the eye towards something that is great, even though it hasn't arrived yet. And this is what despair often looks like. The composition is set, the lines are pointing somewhere, but the purpose hasn't even shown up yet. And then something small changes the whole story. A pear appears. Just one. But suddenly every line, every shadow, every angle says, look, pay attention. Don't blink. Because I matter. This one pear. One presence, one moment, and despair becomes this pear. A tiny shift, a major meaning. Then the world warms and the color arrives, not loudly, not dramatically, just enough to say, you're not alone. A second pear enters the frame, and now we have unity. Now we have connection. Now we have a pear. Not just a pear, but now we have a pair. A partnership, a pattern, a reason for the path. Because sometimes healing doesn't begin with a lesson. It begins with a companion. And then the lamp turns on, the light shifts, shadows sharpen, the entire composition suddenly feels alive. This is the moment I call repair. Not just repair as in fixing what was broken, but repair as in two shapes now sharing the same light, the same story, the same purpose. This is where composition becomes transformation. Then the lamp goes out, quietly, softly, naturally. The pear that appeared out of nowhere now disappears. But the despair doesn't return because the story changed the space. The connection changed the meaning. The light changed the memory. The pears are gone, but what they gave, the image, is what remains. And in that way, despair didn't just appear out of nowhere. Despair just disappeared out of nowhere. Disappeared into understanding. So when you look at your own life and you see leading lines pointing towards something that you can't quite see yet, just remember this. Remember, the meaning doesn't arrive all at once. Sometimes it shows up in small pairs on a quiet table. Sometimes it grows into unity, sometimes it lights the whole room, and sometimes it steps out of the frame but leaves you changed forever. Despair just doesn't end by force. It doesn't end naturally. Sometimes despair just appears for it to disappear. It's never that bad. You're never alone. You always have your art.